Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada.
This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
If you like podcasts and you are listening to Backbreaker Media, then you should listen to me, Chris Parrish,
and myself, Mania,
and the Sounds of Struggle, because we are literally the most entertaining duo you'll ever come across in Western Canadian wrestling, baby.
We talk about things like wrestling
and other sports we like.
Wrestling.
But we won't talk about other sports that we don't like, because it's not that kind of podcast.
Like wrestling.
I mean, we like hockey.
And wrestling.
And we like football.
And wrestling.
And we also like to drink beer.
While wrestling.
Well, not while wrestling, but while watching wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to get into a conversation with Maniac and Chris Parrish, then you need to tune into the Sounds of Struggle live on Backbreaker Media.
Every Thursday.
Is when we hope to drop, but sometimes Mike Malawany doesn't do his job right.
Or we're too drunk to forget.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah.
He can bleep out the swear word, because we weren't supposed to do that.
Oh,
but
I'll try not to swear. I can't do it.
Yeah. Let's face it, the two of us, we're real.
And spectacular.
And we're a little bit of all right.
Yeah.
We're also strugglicious.
That we are.
That was kind of the key. We're supposed to be strugglicious.
Oh, sorry, I'm drunk.
Yeah. So, if you don't want to listen to us, then no. You're stupid, because we're entertaining. And if you want to listen to us, then come listen to us on Backbreaker Media.
Yeah.
Later,
he said.
Later, bitches.
Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood ring announcer, Kyle Shaw, and I want to thank you for tuning in to this, episode 2 of Monday Night Shaw, right here on the Backbreaker Media Network. I also want to thank again Mike the Ref for hosting the show on his podcast network, and also for editing the show, because this week's episode features 3 people, and there's quite a bit of talking over one another and some stuff that's probably best not aired publicly. So, Homeboy has a tall task ahead of him, but Mike the Ref, he's got it going on. He's been doing this for a long time, and I have no doubt he's going to work his magic and make this show very, very entertaining, and not going to get the Newfoundland Viking Rage and myself a bunch of heat in the business. Anyways, I want to thank also NVR, all 3 boys, the Viking Lord Vince Austin, the Saltwater Savage Andrew Hawks, and Gunnar, the Pagan Destroyer, who I just saw today is on Tosh.0. So first it was YouTube, then it was Botchamania, now it's Tosh.0, and then now, right now, which you're about to listen to, he made Monday Night Shaw. Congratulations, bud. Anyway, on a serious note, we have a fan here in Edmonton, Ronnie, who comes to basically every show, and I believe she's also attending a lot of Monster Pro shows and PWA shows as well. She's just a huge wrestling fan, and we love her, and Unfortunately, her granddaughter has been stricken with an illness and is in the hospital, and her granddaughter's been ill for a while. I'm pretty sure it's a cancer thing, which, fuck cancer. Cancer sucks. Anyway, we are taking donations for Ronnie's granddaughter, Katie, at the shows. So if you're there on October 19th at the Final Stand 2 in Calgary at the Legion Post number 1, or in Edmonton on October the 20th at the St. John's Cultural Center, then please donate some money. Also, just so you know, if you like wrestling and you also like helping people, then buy your tickets ahead of time for the Rise of Legends 8 on October 20th in Edmonton, because $5 from every advance ticket sale is going to go to Ronnie's granddaughter, Katie, who is struggling right now with cancer, which is really unfortunate. I know we as a community of people, like not just the wrestlers, not just the refs, not just the announcers, everybody, you know, like, we're all here to have a good time, and we're all pretty much friends, and nobody wants to see anybody struggling with such a unfortunate situation. So make sure that if you have some extra money laying around, that you go ahead and you donate that to Katie, because that's important. Just want to let you know too, big matches have been announced for both those nights. First, October 19th, it's going to be the Viking Lord Vince Austin, who I had on the podcast right here tonight, against Kevin Sullivan. Unfortunately, when we had sat down and recorded the podcast, I wasn't aware that match had been booked yet, so we don't really talk about that. However, we do touch on Kevin Sullivan, and I have no doubt in my mind that is going to be something to see, man. Like, it's going to be nuts. Kevin Sullivan is known as, like, just this crazy, maniacal, like, dastardly old man that will do mean, vicious things to you. At the same time, the Viking Lord, Vince Austin, is known as this crazy, maniacal, vicious old man that will just do crazy things to you. And this match is going to be absolutely nuts. Do not miss it. It's going to be 19th of October at the Legion in Calgary, right downtown. That's this coming Friday night. Be there. Don't miss that. I mean, in all honesty, I'm kind of expecting it to be like a complete bloodbath. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. But it's also going to be a lot of fun to watch. October 20th, Kevin Sullivan is going to be taking on Steven Styles. And Kevin Sullivan has said he's coming for the bounty that's on Steven Styles. So, we got this crazy, maniac, like, absolutely vicious old man coming for one of the owners of RCW, you know? And Steven's in trouble here. Like, big time trouble. As far as Steven's concerned, Kevin Sullivan is a killer. And it's gonna be a rough night for him. Anyway, I hope he doesn't lose his ass and have to give up a bunch of bounty money for the RCW from the RCW funds, you know, because oftentimes when something has to come out, some unexpected money has to come out of the RCW funds, it usually comes off old Kyle's PO check, you know. I'm honestly kind of rooting for Steven, you know. Don't tell Kevin Sullivan I said that. Jesus Christ, I do not need to be spiked or forked or Dungeon of Doomed. I do not need that in my life. Please don't tell him that I'm rooting for his opponent, Steven Styles, on October the 20th. I haven't lined up a guest for episode 3 of Monday Night Shaw yet, but I did post a Facebook poll recently, and the poll is just down to Thaddeus Archer and Steven Styles. One of those two people is going to be my next guest. Now, just saying, if Steven takes on Kevin Sullivan and he survives, it might be something cool to talk about. So, I don't know what the results of the poll are. I will find that out, though, and as soon as I do, you can stay tuned to my Facebook page, which is just friend me on Facebook. My name is Kyle Shaw, and you'll see me there. A Monday Night Shaw is my cover photo. It's not my profile picture, but it's my cover photo. So you should know me by there. Go ahead and friend me, and I'll friend you, unless you're, some ridiculously gorgeous woman that's clearly just a robot that wants me to visit her porno site. That happens from time to time, and I get a lot of friend requests from people like that, which is really weird. But tangents be damned. Like I said, so those are the next 2 RCW shows coming up. That's October the 19th in Calgary at the Legion No. 1 Downtown Post, and October the 20th in Edmonton at the St. John's Cultural Center. Make sure you're there. Those are going to be awesome shows. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we wouldn't want you to miss it. So make sure you're there. Also, next month in November, I'm going to be announcing for Canadian Wrestling Elite in Springbrook, Alberta, which is about 5 minutes south of Red Deer. It's right by the Red Deer International Airport. Brutus the Barber Beefcake's going to be on that show. It's going to be really exciting, so make sure that you're out there. If you want to get tickets for that show, I recommend you buy them in Red Deer at Heritage Lanes, because Heritage Lanes is not only going to be hosting our after party, but everybody that buys a ticket at Heritage Lanes is also going to get a free a free game of bowling. Excuse me. So buy your tickets there, come on out, say hi, enjoy the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hotshot Danny Duggan's going to be on that show. Canadian Hercules Tyler Colton. It's going to be an incredible show. You don't want to miss it. Also, November the 16th in Sherwood Park is going to be the King of Glory show. I'm going to be announcing on that show as well. Thaddeus Archer will be appearing, so will the Newfoundland Viking Rage. It's going to be a lot of fun, so be there in Sherwood Park on the 16th of November. More details will be coming in shortly for that show. Enjoy the podcast this week. I want to thank again Saltwater Savage Andrew Hawks, Gunnar the Pagan Destroyer, and Vince Austin. Other than that, I just want to say, enjoy the podcast here. I hope you all watched the video of me eating the mustard pickles. After Thanksgiving here this weekend, I just had a little bit of leftover ham from the Thanksgiving dinner that was here at Casa de Styles. Steven's girlfriend, Michelle, made a great spread of Thanksgiving dinner last night, and there was plenty of leftovers. So I helped myself to some of the ham there, and I was going, you know what would go great with this? Some Newfoundland sweet mustard pickles. Oh boy, would that be good. Get your hands on some of those Newfoundland sweet mustard pickles. I actually might hit up a supermarket here in the next couple of days and buy some of those, because yum, yum, yum. Anyway, speaking of yum, 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 enjoy the podcast. It's about to go down, and I will talk to you again in 2 weeks, where my guest will be either Steven Styles or Thaddeus Archer. Once I am satisfied with the results of the poll, the poll's been up for long enough and there's a clear winner, then I will ask one of those boys to find some time to sit down with me, and we will chat it up. Anyways, see you in 2 weeks. Enjoy the show. Alright, and we're on. Okie dokie. I'm here with the Saltwater Savage Andrew Hawks, Viking Lord Vince Austin, and Gunnar, the Pagan Destroyer, Newfoundland Viking Rage. How's it going, boys?
Not bad, not bad. It's always good when you're chilling with your family,
We are over here at Andrew Hawks' house right now, so if you do happen to hear any of his family in the background, that's why. Vince, how you doing?
Pretty good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. And Gunnar. So, how did you guys feel like after the shows last month?
How do we feel? We felt like it was a hell of a lot of fun putting fucking one half onslaught through all those doors. I'm sure Gunnar felt a little sore after the show. 1 minute he's about to get in the ring, I turn my head. Next minute I see him upside down, and I mean, I'm sure everybody saw the video.
Getting a pair of kick pads now.
Vince Austin is going to get his new set of kick pads and his fucking Speedo for the next show. It's going to be pretty good. The real Slim Shady's about to stand up.
Flip over with him.
Oh, you're going to flip over with him?
You get kick pads too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Lots of leg slaps.
Leg slaps, kick pads. This is all stuff like, if like I think about NVR, like leg pad, like kick pads, leg slaps, it's not the kind of stuff that comes to mind. You guys are like pretty old school brawler wrestlers. Like, if that's, is that how you would describe your style the best?
Meat and potatoes, man. Direct. Memphis. You know?
Moondog?
I just get hacked to do all the work and then I just tag in. Bark a few times. Call out something, get you right, you know? Yeah,
you know what, man? We get in there, we like to try to make it real. Like, if it's fucking boring and like every single match is a lock up and a fucking arm wringer, you know, tackle, drop down, drop kick, we try to stay the fuck away from that, man, because like when everyone does the exact same thing all the time, it's stale as shit, right? Like, I wouldn't want to watch it as a fan, and I wouldn't expect fans to be like paying, and I wouldn't expect the numbers of fans to keep continuing to grow if we kept giving them the same cookie cutter bullshit, right? So it's a big thing for us to try to mix it up, and you know, that's why we do the doors. That's why we try to always keep it interesting. You know, fucking the most craziest middle-aged fucking guy I know is my tag partner. You know, you never know what he's going to do. So, I mean, it always keeps it pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, when I first announced that I was going to do the podcast and stuff, one of the people that I was constantly berated for, like, people were like, oh, you need to get Vince Austin on as a guest. You need to get Vince Austin on as a guest. So, I am happy that
people like me.
Yeah, well, I think everybody just expects you to say some crazy nonsense and
You're
like
so
entertain
popular.
people, right? Like,
I wish I was as popular as
yeah,
That's what you know, don't they?
I know. The two biggest proponents for you being on the podcast was Slammer and Thaddeus Archer.
Fuck those guys.
Dead squad. Dead squad.
Dead squad.
Second alternative, man. They're coming.
Yeah. No, Slammer, I love him. You know. Daddy's got enough airtime, okay? He can take a back seat here.
I've hardly been in any of those episodes.
Yeah.
I keep asking to do promos, I never get them.
You gotta join Top Talent, man. You gotta join Top Talent. You can't do that shit, okay?
Like, fuck, we're over as fuck.
It's not your show.
Things, like, you know what I mean? Crazy.
Well, I'll just make sure that when I'm hosting down in Calgary, if I'm hosting the Archer Report, I'm trying to get you on.
No, you were doing some kind of fucking sex shit or something.
Oh yeah, no, we do that too. But I always get, I got a promo with you.
He was having sex in Calgary.
Sex promo with Slammer and then remember in Step or something.
Oh well, we were talking about sex. We weren't having sex.
Sex promo.
Hey, we got three of us here. We're all different energies. Good luck finding us all in the same spot at the same time if it's not a ring.
There's probably a car going to a ring, to a show. Actually, this is when we should have done this shit, was in the car on the way to Calgary or something, because the shit that comes out of our fucking mouths on the way to Calgary, man, is ridiculous.
I wonder, like, you know how he has on TV editing where people say, you know, when they're talking fast from other countries, they put subtitles on there, you know?
Yeah.
How are they going to do it for this one on the radio? They're going to say, Jesus, what that buddy say to you then? He don't have a goddamn clue what he's talking about, what?
No,
sick, man, sick.
No, they're just going to have to listen to it a few times. Drop those numbers.
Why is it every time the Hawk says something, it always answers sick?
Well, you know, honestly, like, I bet you I could probably find a fan that's willing to, like, listen to it and transcribe it for me, you know? I'm not willing to do it myself, but I could find somebody else that can, you know, listen to it and write everything down.
Yeah. I think we're the first people ever to get shirts made and actually have them all sold before they ever even, like, got made.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
really?
pre-sold all our shirts. Yeah.
How are your new shirts doing there, Gunnar?
Online, we're trying to get it a little bit more global, locally, taking care of those. They'll be out for the next show.
You need Mr. Spectre, man. That guy's global. I've been telling people for making shoe promos on Facebook for a month, boys, that he's like this weird dude from like Asia and he's got a lot of money. And Matt keeps making fun of him, saying he's got no money and shit, man. But I'll tell you, this dude, Mr. Spectre, man, he's going global, man. That's who you need to hook up with, dude, man. Him.
Is it bad? Do I have no
sick,
fucking
huh?
idea who you're talking about right now?
But boys, just look him up on Facebook, man.
Let's,
Mr. Spectrum, for fuck's sake, how hard is that to look up, right? You know what I mean? Like, Mr. Spectrum, RCW, the guy's like an Asian, like, he's got a lot of money, man, and, like, he's a weird dude, and I'm telling you, he's conniving. There's, like, a stereotypical thing that Mac was trying to say that we're making fun of Asian people and stuff, but no, man, they're smart people, and he's a smart guy, like, and he showed it to me, like, I watch his promo, it was like, entertaining, man, I liked it. Mr. Spectrum.
Vince Austin, do you have yellow fever right now?
You never know, man. I might need like a new changeover or something.
He manages
His money, man.
Black Cobra. Like that's
Who?
Black Cobra.
Who's that?
You guys don't know who Black... You guys have probably wrestled him a bunch of times.
Never.
No, I like him. He's nice. I wrestled him and I was killing him one time. Jumped after him. I jumped after him.
What's going on here?
Like fucking 28
Boys are trying to get me into say, oh,
buddy.
Oh, that's Mr. Spectrum. Okay.
I heard him go like
Gunnar
this.
just showed me a picture. I know who you're talking about now. I actually like that guy. Terrible with names, by the way.
I did. I drove out a fucking 20-foot scab or balcony over in Union Hall on him. Through a table. Sick. Union Hall Street Fight was called on YouTube or Facebook or whatever the fuck.
God, was that like 4 years?
YouTube, yeah.
Was that 4 years ago or so?
Yeah, I drove off it.
Dove off in front of...
He took it too. I gave him
Some
credit.
people say there was 500 that night at the Paradise CW. Others say there was 15.
No,
I think it was more
500.
like about 150.
Minus a zero.
Yeah. Just,
Didn't I wrestle you on
you know,
one
give or
too?
take.
Remember that?
I was on that,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's weird. I wrestled you one match. It was weird, man.
That was good.
It was a good match.
C-Block.
That was T-Block days,
I
right?
wrestled half it last. I was lose.
It was back then that I found out. I was like, I need this crazy motherfucker on my team.
I lost though.
Let's
jobber.
let's find out. Like, so Vince, we joked around a little bit about how you were trained 700 years ago by Lord Odin himself, but in reality, where and when and who were you actually trained by?
Sailor White, Moondog King. Sickest, meanest dude of them all, man. One of my best buddies, Sailor White.
So can you tell us a little bit like about the Moondogs and what attracted you to them? And...
Oh, the Moondogs, man, they're the best.
Rough, tough.
Just tearing everybody, tearing apart. And Sailor White, like nobody was meaner than Sailor White. You know
One
what
of
I
the
mean?
toughest men in all the
I
wrestling.
miss Sailor White, man, yeah. He was definitely one of the toughest, I agreed. Yeah. We're like the new age Moondogs, man. We're the Vikings. We're a little sicker, a little bit different. But similar is all the same though, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
So just a lot of like wild and crazy stuff was going on back then and whatnot.
Yeah. Like, you ever see the matches with the Moondogs?
I haven't. I don't think I've ever seen an actual like Moondogs match.
Oh my God, Carl. Crawl out from under that rock, man.
A Sailor White match. Just bite your face off and then it's the end of it.
Did he wrestle in like Japan at all?
Yeah, he did, but it was for like way back in the day. It would have been for the IWA promotion. I seen Sailor. He showed me the contracts from over there in like, I don't know, 1977 I think it was. I seen his contracts with IWA Japan, yeah. That was pretty cool, man.
So was it rough training with him?
Oh, Sailor was mean. Sailor was rough, dude. Yeah. He was a different type of trainer. Like, it was almost like, you know,
he
like...
believed in being tough in real life.
Yeah.
Like back when we got trained and stuff, like you couldn't just be a computer nerd and be a wrestler. Like,
yeah,
it
like
doesn't
you
work.
wouldn't make it.
Like
no.
if to get trained in Newfoundland, you had to be tough. Like you had to be a guy that could legit get in a fight.
Yeah, at least have a go at the guy that can get most of it. Probably win or get the better of it. Like, as I said, I always thought like that. You know what I mean? He was a street fighter. Like, he thought that people should be tough, that they were wrestlers. I understood it.
And I believe that too. Like I really do. Like I believe that
I do too.
if you're a wrestler, like, and someone calls you a fucking pussy in the bar, you should be able to beat that guy up.
For sure. Yeah.
Like you 100%.
Especially if you respect your craft and respect
Yes.
your business.
You know, wrestling in general teaches you so many different ways that you can fuck someone up. Like, we don't fuck each other up on purpose, but you know what? In a second, if you wanted to make shit, like, bad,
Yeah, just grab
you
someone
can
and
make shit bad real
face lock
quick.
and crack their neck.
Break their arm in like 2 seconds. You know.
Well, definitely just from like learning the right ways to do some stuff, like when we're training and whatnot. Like, you're also kind of learning the ways in which you can fuck somebody up if you do it wrong. You know, it's an interesting art form for sure.
I think a lot of guys, you know, they want to have a good match. Nobody wants to see anybody get, you know, put out the passer or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, the level of it now is different. You know, the pace is faster. People are, like, diving through the ropes. And you know, it's just different, you know. It's advanced, you know. It's different to watch.
Were you trained by the Moondogs as well, Hawks?
No, I was trained by a guy named Freddie Youngblood back in Newfoundland.
Freddie?
Yeah, Freddie.
I wonder if they got that cool beard.
Right, probably. You know, he even came up here and he wrestled for a little bit up here for RCW.
He did, yeah.
He was a really good wrestler back in the day. He actually wrestled for Cutting Edge Wrestling back
like
in
Freddie.
Newfoundland. And he was one of the popular guys back there. And, you know, I like to think that he gave me a good foundation to build off of for sure. And same thing as like Sailor believed you had to be a tough wrestler in order to be like a tough guy in real life in order to be able to wrestle. And then when I came up here, I trained with Tex Gaines.
Tex, yeah.
And,
I like Tex.
You know, I adapted
Gordy
some of
Gaines.
the Alberta wrestling style. And then I trained a little bit with Bruce and got a little bit of the old Stampede.
I love Bruce Hart. I want a pair of those boots.
Style.
I need to get a pair of those boots.
I also trained with the infamous Teddy Hart.
Oh, wow.
And,
he blessed me a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, he blessed me a few times too.
He does the best shoots ever, man. Like, his shoots are like non-stop from the fucking beginning to the end, entertainingly great.
He's actually
I actually did a shoot interview.
I know,
with
I've
Teddy,
seen it. It was weird. I loved it.
Yeah.
Like
And,
every shoot should be like a Teddy Hart shoot. Just fucking mind-blowing,
gotta
sick
say,
from
though,
beginning to the end.
Ted put a lot of opportunities in front of me with wrestling. Like, Ted was the reason I got booked in Pro Wrestling Syndicate and stuff. So I really got to say, like, thank you to him for, like, giving me those opportunities. Same thing, too. Like, I got to learn a lot of the Mexican style with Samurai del Sol when he came, now known as Calicio.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was good.
Me and him were, like, 2 weeks straight training together every day in Ted's ring, which he had set up, like, for us to be able to learn.
I like that ring.
And it was great, man.
That was a nice ring.
You know, and then even the Hurt Legacy Wrestling, like, when I first started and... you know, they did the big show and that with all those guys. And like, that was a huge opportunity for a lot of people, right?
Oh, Colonel Austin was that one, didn't he?
Yeah. So it was good, man. And I really got to thank APOC, also known as Rick Victor. He taught me a lot, man. Just traveling with him like weekly, you know, like or every couple weeks or whatever. And in those car rides, I just wouldn't stop asking questions from the time we left Calgary till we got to Winnipeg or wherever it was we were going. And he was just one of these guys who was always willing to teach. Like, if you ask questions, he'd teach you. And
he has good taste in music, too.
Oh, man. It was
Dio. Rainbow in the Dark.
Yeah, Dio, Rob Zombie, and Pantera flat out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some Motorhead in there. Like, it was good, man.
It's called.
It was good times. So, yeah, they're the people who really influenced my wrestling career, man.
That's awesome.
Moondog.
I was working last night, doing the night shift, and Tex Gaines' brother came into my store.
Gary.
Jesus,
Yeah.
you haven't seen him in years, man.
I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, no, it was weird because he just brought up wrestling, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I know some wrestlers and stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, Tex Gaines is my brother, and I was like, oh, I think he trained my roommate Steven Styles. And then
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Oh, I thought.
Nobody trained Steven Styles.
Okay, yeah, nobody.
And the lie detector determined that was a lie.
He gets great credit, though. He kept it going a long time.
Oh, yeah, not knocking him on that sense.
Well, I mentioned you, and he did tell me, oh, tell him that Grayson Walker says hi. Yeah. So, I mean, that may or may not make it into the podcast.
I'd like to say thank you to Vic.
Yeah.
Strength's old man.
Yeah.
For
sure.
being like such a kick-ass person. Like, you get that ring every hour. He's like reliable, doing it all the time. Like in the winter, dead of winter.
Showing the young fellas how to do it.
Like being a great grandfather to his grandson. Like, he's a good man.
Yeah, I would say that without Vic, RCW wouldn't even happen.
Would have died years ago, man.
Vic is.
I believe that.
In my opinion, Vic is the hardest working
He's such
guy
a good guy.
in the
Like,
company.
you know, like to be around. Just a nice guy. I like Vic. I always have.
You know what? You can't build a house without a solid foundation, and Vic is the foundation of RCW for sure.
I agree. One of the main staples for sure.
Yeah.
100%. When did you guys actually start teaming up? And was it in RCW that you first
You know
teamed
what?
up?
I remember that.
If you went back, it was actually a match versus Jose Swervo I absolutely slaughtered Jose Swervo in a very devastating fashion.
I remember saying
And I was a good guy at the time. I was a babyface.
Yeah.
And Vince was a heel, still doing the C-block thing, you know, trying to find his path.
I was sick of that, man.
And Vince came out and told me about, you know, like, you got a beard, I got a beard.
Beards, man. We're doing it, boys.
He knows me from back in the day, and he knows I'm a sick and twisted young fella like himself.
See.
Minus the young fella part.
Yeah.
And anyways, we always have the worst music ever at RCW. Like, you'll just be doing something random, like, you know, you're in the middle of talking, and the next thing you know, the music goes off or the mic stops and shit like that. So I think whoever it was at the time, they fucked up. I can't remember if the mic went out or if the music played, and I just like snapped on that person. Like, I was like, it was perfect. It was perfect for the promo. I had to let my Viking rage out, you know, and it worked so well. And you know, we formed the NVR, cut a little promo, you know, and anyways, from that day on, we were known as the NVR in Newfoundland.
What was that?
You remember what month of year it was?
2014?
No, I'd have to look it up.
November, man, 2013, boss.
There you go.
2013?
Established.
Yeah, established.
No, that was the best day of his life.
It was a good time. I haven't good fun with
It was, yeah.
I don't care what anybody says, the NBR, man.
Were you guys like familiar with each other from wrestling in Newfoundland or anything?
Yeah, we hung out once or twice, hey boy.
Yeah. Done different things. Other things. You know what I'm saying?
And then Gunnar, when did you join up the boys here?
I know Vince Austin from years ago. I'd say White Ave days. And reached out to him, and he got me in Holt with contact with Hawk here. And the rest is history.
So, when?
That sounded like that's
right.
you answered that like a goddamn like one of those real question period.
So when?
Like it was like caught. Like that was horrible. That was horrible. Goddamn answer.
I'm sorry.
Give him a couple drinks of booze or something for fuck's sake.
We let you answer one question and you fucked up.
This is why Gunnar doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Talking is difficult. Okay. February 2018. There.
Abyss Show.
Abyss Show debuted in March.
Abyss marked out for him.
Big motherfucker. Doesn't have a clue how to fucking wrestle at the time, but he looks like a giant and fucking got good gear, and Abyss was all about it.
Somebody asked me the other day, and he said, "Is that you in the ring, Vince? Like, why aren't those guys even responding to that dude falling over the edge?" I said, "Listen here," I said, "Fuck, he's a fucking beast." It was just like a toothpick brushing at him.
Yeah, it's like a flyby.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was worried about getting Buddy fucking taking care of the angle, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't get it, man. They thought it was weird. I didn't.
That's right.
You get it,
yeah, two guys in the middle of the ring.
Like disheartening
not a
you?
flinch.
It's like I didn't even flinch about it.
Hey man. Everyone saw the video. I fell on my head.
Millions of people.
But guess what?
Don't worry, it was only a few people. You know,
only a few people.
100,000.
A few 100,000, probably close to a million.
But who's counting, right?
But what no one saw was
Viral,
the video
you know?
that I got back up and we did our job.
I think about 40.
You did.
I think about 40 people probably viewed that.
You know
Yeah,
what
40 people saw the one where I actually got up
weird a
and
bit, right?
finished
But I was
the
thinking,
job.
like, fuck it, man, he's alright. So he gets up and then he fucking almost killed Buddy through the door. That power bomb was vicious.
Oh.
So the first,
last one.
let's talk about this for a minute because I think it's a funny subject for everybody. So okay, at the time we're in the ring, right? And I'm like, okay, we're gonna fuck this guy up. But what's fucking Buddy's name?
Braden Lewis.
Braden Lewis.
Braden Lewis.
Okay.
I'll give him credit, man. He took it.
He took it like a champ, man. He did.
He did, man.
He's very good at going through doors. Like I think he could go places as a stuntman, like going through doors for a living.
He's a door guy.
Yeah, he's
Exit
definitely a door
stage
guy.
door.
Yeah. And each one he was like even better than the one before, right?
Very doorish.
So anyways, we're about to do our fucking gimmick, right? Fucking, you know,
Listening to
Vince
the
is in one side, I'm in the other side. He's about to step over the top. So I look over at Vince like, we're about to do this, man. Like, get ready, right? And as I turn, all I see is Gunnar going upside down, like literally. Like, I didn't see how it happened. I didn't see how it happened. All I see was like the teeter-totter flip over. And I'm like, at that moment, I was like, how the fuck did that just happen? Like, that's what went through my head. I was like, how the fuck did he end up upside down? So anyways, I'm looking at Vince. I have a look at Gunnar at the time. And I'm like, that motherfucker better get up, like, right now. Like, you gotta get up, like, right now.
I was actually happy because, you know, man, like, at the end of the day, the back of your skull going into the edge of the ring.
Oh, fuck yeah. You could be crippled,
mental,
man.
Right? Like, you know what I mean?
And the thing is,
That's
if
how
it
you
wasn't
go
such a
out in the
big,
ambulance,
strong dude, you wouldn't be able to get up from that, especially at the size. I mean, Gunnar is, 6'11", 360 pounds. Like, this guy's a legit
People were commenting
giant.
that he was, like, pretending to be a giant. I'm like, fuck, really? Pretending?
Dude.
The fuck, I like to see what a massive double joint is. The guy's huge.
Like,
the guys saying pretending they're 5'6" at best.
Well, the thing is, you know what? You got Vince. What are you? 6'1"?
6 foot.
6 foot. You know, I'm 5'10". He makes us look like midgets in the ring. So there you go, guys. That'll tell you how big he is. Or you look at the 10-bell salute for Billy Dave, one of my good friends.
Yeah.
One of the NVR's really close friends all around.
Oh, Billy, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Love you, Billy. You just look at that 10-bell salute, and all the wrestlers are lined up around the ring, and just like makes everyone look like a bunch of dwarfs.
It's
so
scary,
that'll tell you how big
huge.
he is.
He's a huge guy,
This guy's a football player,
massive.
legit. So, anyways, we're in the moment. You know, Andre falls. Obviously, like, you know, we're like, how the fuck that just happened? But like, I hope he's okay. I look out. I see him touch the back of his head for a second. He gives it a shake. Gets right back up, man,
weird,
in that ring, and he was pissed off. I was like, good. This is the fucking Gunnar we need here. Like, this is the money, right?
He shook up a bit, but he was hateful.
Yeah.
Hateful's good.
For sure. I mean, was there ever a minute where you were like almost cracking up and laughing? Like, don't get me wrong. I watched the video.
Slow it down, man. I've done it like a bunch of times and like that fucking weird pixel shit, and you can see my tongue licking out. It's like it's kind of reptilian. You can almost see me reptilian shape, and it's like fucked right up, man. You gotta check it out.
So
my tongue comes out.
You know what, man? That was probably the hardest thing I ever did in the ring. Was not like anyone who knows me outside of wrestling knows. I just wanted to point and laugh in that moment.
I should have shifted, man.
Yeah, no, like I said, I honestly, like, when we were at the show, I missed it. I didn't see it at the time. But we're sitting there.
Busy chasing rats.
Something like that, yep. We're
doing
at
that sex interview.
Yeah, for sure.
Sick.
You know, so we're sitting at the bar afterwards at nights having the after party. And
with rats.
Well, yeah, there's probably a couple of them around. You know, it is a wrestling after party. Anyway, Heavy Metal shows me the video, and the first thing was like, oh, God, I hope he's okay. And the second thing was like, ha, 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 you know, like, what a goof.
Carl, that's very weird.
He almost died.
Usually the ha, ha, ha comes first. And the second thing is, I hope he's okay.
No, it was like, I hope he's okay, but because I knew he was okay, because, like, I'd spoken to him after the show and stuff.
I looked at
was
you
that
and
before or after you spoke to the rats?
As we know from the video, the guy filming, Thaddeus Archer III, it is proof that the ha-ha always happens first, then the oh no, is he okay? Because you can hear it strictly on the video, laughing before he turns it off.
Well, those were definitely the two reactions that happened, for sure. And it was one of those things where you're just watching and you're like,
I'm going to edit that video to make it look like I power bombed him over the top.
You know what? This is a challenge to any fan out there. You know what I really want to see? There's these videos online, and it's like there's a bunch of them, and it goes to a techno song, and it's like the guy does something like he slips and falls, and then it's like him like rotating through outer space and shit, and the music is playing.
That's
I want someone to make that video for me.
For him falling.
Yeah. Of Andre going out of the ring, and then he's just like flipping out of the ring through outer space.
That'd actually be good. Let's see what we can do with that video.
I did tell Matthew, Steven's son, that he should re-edit the video, just put in the audio from the Shockmaster. Well, then, like, when British Bulldog's like, ha, he just fell on his arse.
I like that.
Yeah. I thought that was,
Shockmaster's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
He's cool. I like to have a mask like that in wrestling, you know, like the Stormtrooper silver one, but never have it come off. Like, fucking glue it to my head.
I can imagine it would be like super fucking hard.
Seriously, I'm not joking, man. Can you imagine the fucking basket with chairs? Like, I'll be like, give it to a boss, come on, send it. Fucking,
you would put that thing on.
Just flies off, you know, like fucking bad.
You wouldn't see a single thing wearing that thing.
I can also do Star Wars, cheesy Star Wars quotes and like real horrible ones, like B-movie shit. Like,
Gunnar, I am your father.
I may be your father. Maybe. Kyle, I'm not your dad.
Oh my God.
So you guys are currently the RCW Tag Team Champions?
Yeah, when I remember to bring my belt to the show.
Yep, you are. Next month you're going to be facing off against Epic Eddie and Daniel Burns. So how are you feeling about that match coming forward?
He might understand me accent tonight.
Yeah.
A bit. What do I think of them?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about them, man. Seriously, like, what do you think we think of them? Like Eddie Road, he got lucky, man. He pinned me.
Yeah.
Like he took it to me or whatever. Like I bashed him with that cane, you know.
What kind of man thinks that he beat me when he won by disqualification?
Yeah, like
right? Like you got lucky because I decided I wanted to drop you on my head with my tag team partners. Like, congratulations! That is that is the crowning achievement of your fucking
career. They picked up some stupid name like a bunch of marks, like a young fellas, like on the internet. All right, boys, you gotta vote for us or some bullshit like that about getting some gay ass name shit.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it was.
What was that? You
can swipe right. You can swipe left. You can do whatever you do. The only thing that's going to fucking happen is you're going to end up going through a fucking door on your fucking head, and the fans love us or hate us, whatever.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck.
I agree.
Good fucking luck.
It's not wrong. Yeah.
Eddie Rude and fucking Daniel Burns on beating the NVR together on our fucking worst day. You don't stand a fucking chance.
I read that. I like the way you say fucking though. There's like the emphasize, you know what I mean? Like, guess what, boys, you're dead. Like, do a promo like you're just dead.
Knock, knock. Who's there? You're fucked.
Like, you're fucking gonna end you.
So is there any teams in RCW or in Alberta in general that if they decided to come for your belts that you would be like really actually like concerned about?
You know what? I heard about this wrestler. His name is Canadian Goose. And I'm really concerned about him coming because I heard he got like a lot of friends and a big following and stuff. So like, I mean, if he ever comes along, like I'd probably be pretty like intimidated, you know. But like, aside for that, you know, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty okay with all competitors coming our way. The thing about Vikings is they like to go to war, man. You know, it's no secret. We take on whoever. You know, you want to come in and like. Who's going to be a threat to us, Carl? Like, you want to come in, you want to hit hard, we'll hit hard. You want to come in, you want to wrestle, we'll wrestle.
Alberta do got good wrestlers.
You know, great wrestlers. Great.
Not just in RCW too. Like there's BBD,
no,
man.
All over.
He's like one of the top boys too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I give him credit right off.
I think that'd be great, man. If BBD and Chucky ever came over,
Chucky, man, and
they wanted to go toe to toe with the NVR, I think that'd be a hell of a showdown. Like I think that'd be like a big draw for Alberta wrestling and a lot of like Alberta fans.
Got it, man.
Be all over it, man. You know why? It's because all the mustard pickles that he's eating. Right?
That's it, man. Like,
you know, like he gets us.
And those fucking Vienna sausages, right?
You know, that's protein.
That's like a new piece
of power.
And all the pepper he uses.
No, the pepper is just a little bit spicy.
It's just for flavor?
It's just
it doesn't
help. Have a bottle of mustard pickles and just fucking dump it. You don't even get that, do you?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Mustard pickles. I know the mustard chicken we had the other day.
Oh my God. I got an idea.
Do you have some of that hot chicken?
Andrew Hawks is now leaving the podcast.
Who else is good too? Jude Dawkins.
He's going into the kitchen there. I imagine he's getting some mustard pickles for us to try. Yeah, Jude Dawkins from Canadian Wrestling Coalition.
I like Chris Pierce too, man.
Oh yeah?
I think he's a good wrestler.
What do you think about Jack Pride?
Jack Pride?
Yeah.
He's alright, man. I like him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's new in RCW. He's been around for a little while. Him and Envy, the new women's champion.
I like the promo they did with the darkness.
Yeah, when he touches a guy's head and then it goes black and white.
Yeah, was something different. I really like that. I like different shit like that, you know, like out there concept.
You know what? I don't trust anybody that touches people like that.
Man, you didn't like when he turned dark.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Jack Pride. He doesn't know anything about personal space.
I enjoyed that, the weirdness of the darkness of it, you know, like just I don't know, it's just weird.
But what they have going on with Seven there, there's only...
All right, Gunnar, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
there is
what do you have there?
A jar of mustard pickles.
Mustard pickles.
Right now, we're going to try mustard pickles.
You know what, Brian, because I hate that
fucking habitat. Eat this shit and tell me what you think.
Before we eat the mustard pickles, let's get Gunnar to bust out his video camera, and we'll put this part on video as like a YouTube sort of like a little...
All right, here, wait one second. Okay, we got this. Or should I do a Facebook Live?
Not live because we'll post it later.
All right, cool.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Some mustard pickles, man.
Yeah. What do you have there?
This is Newfoundland style sweet mustard pickles. This young man right here has never tried mustard pickles before. He's a bit of a fucking virgin, you know, in a lot of different ways. So we're going to give him a little try here on our
Fuck, that
interview.
tastes so good, man. Like that about a pound of ham with it.
Right, big old feed of moose sausage now.
Oh, salt meat, bucket of it.
What do you think of that, Kyle?
You like that?
It's good, yeah.
I love it.
It's got a very mustardy flavor.
Delicious mustard.
Do you notice that they're not that stupid Habitat brand or the ones that we like?
Yeah.
I don't mind Habitat, but I'm not huge on it. You know what I mean? Like, totally
Delicious,
different
man.
Habitat. You could, like the old man used to pour this shit out on the meal and say, "Oh, there you go, no, just pour it on there." Yeah.
I'd put these away for the boys eat top of mustard pickles.
Good, man. Yeah. I'm doing that.
Kyle, don't try to put yourself over, okay?
Fair enough.
This is the NVR's interview.
Yeah.
Not the Kyle Shaw interview.
Yeah.
So what do you think,
that-
boys, of Matt Hart's head getting whipped wide open with that thing? I took a picture of the board. I like that. It was weird, wasn't it?
You know what? I like the hard way.
You ever seen him get wiped out like that? Matt Hart's a tough young fella too, man. You know, I'll give him credit. Like, he fought pretty hard.
He's come a long way, man. You remember the first time we wrestled him and Dwight?
Yeah.
You know, they were two guys who were like scared of their shadow, you know, and at the end of it, they were really taking it to us, man. Like, those guys stepped up big time. From the time they started, like, to see the growth to where they finished, it was two different people, man.
Paul drove him on the table. I'm gonna kill him.
Paul driving through everything, by like, you know.
Matt was a Paul driver. What'd you
We
do to him?
brawled
Paul
all
drove him.
over.
I Paul drove him everywhere, man. It was sick.
Matt Hart went through the
He's still one of them guys
friggin'
been Paul driven.
the concession stand how many times, man?
Oh.
The merch table, remember that missus was flipping out?
Oh yeah. What's his name? Who owns all that
Oh,
goddamn
my
footage?
God.
What's your name? Stephen Lee.
yes, Stephen
fuck.
Lee.
He owns all the best fucking footage, man. Puts
I
on
thought
his-
the real match that night was going to be me and his missus, like, because
Yeah.
she looked like she was
Please
gonna
don't destroy the
fucking
concession stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I promise.
I didn't do it though. It was him. I
Oh,
didn't know
and the
that.
one,
I'm not the concession stand destroy type.
the one thing about Matt
Or
Hart,
bleed over everything type.
the one thing about Matt Hart, the first person Gunnar got his hands onto was around Matt Hart's neck.
Sick. You're so important.
Right?
It was,
Matt Hart, man.
He's
Like,
always
imagine
trying
when
to
you
put
like
himself
write a
over.
book 10 years from now, you can say, boys, I choked that one to Hart. How fucking sick is
Hey,
that?
that's
I'm going to be
what
marking out if I'm alive.
You know my favorite moment with
but then D. White Davis was number 2 right there.
Yeah. He
Sick,
slammed me on
right
the floor.
there.
Ugh.
Right after.
you know my favorite moment with those guys, Vince, was when we hung them over the ropes with the belts.
Yeah.
We choked them
That
out.
was a good picture. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
that was
I remember
good.
that. Yeah, that
Was
was
that was that the same night as the merch booth?
Every night
Yeah,
was the
that
merch
was.
booth for a while.
I tell you what was funny when Ronnie
Gunnar.
went down to tax Sexy Ronnie.
Oh yeah, that was
It's
crazy.
like we turned him into a pincushion
Oh, jeez.
in a blue dress.
Yeah,
It was
she
a
took
blue
the tax.
pincushion, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that was nuts. I gotta say, like, huge respect for that.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear her complaining or anything.
Complaining. She had about 1,000 texts in her back. Not 1,000, but a couple thousand.
1 or 2 in the head too.
Did you feel bad doing that?
I got right off on it. I thought it was hilarious.
Sick.
Like, I thought it was so cool.
What an evil you. Putting her in like a pincushion. Like
Yeah.
a Cactus Jack type scenario. It's weird, isn't it?
You guys do get some pretty nuts sometimes. There's no doubt about that.
What, like a board full of mousetraps kind of nuts, or?
Yeah,
Big
I
barbed
oh,
wire
the
stick
board
kind
full
of
of
nuts?
full of mouse
What
was
about Hawks?
fantastic.
My brother put in Abyss bump right in the middle of everything. 1, 2, 3. It's the same as Tommy Dreamer. Is it like that? Yeah?
I haven't seen
That's
the
a
match
good
between you
statistic to
and
think
Tommy
about.
Dreamer, but I saw the one with you and Abyss, and that was some fantastic stuff.
Our tag match with Tommy Dreamer and Evan Adams. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite for sure.
I love the hooligan. He's tough.
Yeah. Another guy that I'd love to see come back and go at it again. Some of my favorite matches were with him.
Yeah, she got out the mental though too, man.
Yeah.
So you've wrestled.
Hashtag book Mentalo.
Yeah, bring back mental though, man.
Yeah.
Who's like the most famous guy that you guys have ever wrestled?
Well, Vince Austin, of course. I mean,
Sick.
you know. Duh.
That was the greatest moment
Hey,
of
Vince,
his career.
who's the most famous guy you ever wrestled?
Probably Dreamer that match, wouldn't it? I don't know. You.
Right?
Yeah, probably Hawks. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be Hawks. That
Thanks,
one,
man.
that one
Thanks,
perfect
you know.
night that we had down in the bar, like, it'll never come back.
So there's, but
Do you
is
ever
there
notice
any,
nobody
is
does
there
any
any
bar
like
wrestling
other
here, like back
WWE
home?
guys you guys have ever wrestled with, or?
Oh yeah, I mean I've wrestled lots of different WWE guys. Kid Cash, Carlito, Bushwhacker, Dreamer, Adam Cole, Calicio, Kevin Thorne.
Wicked.
So you've wrestled a bunch of guys.
Yeah, and the best part is half of them I can't even remember anymore.
What about the dude who came in? Ricky Reyes, man. He had a good match.
Oh, yes, man.
Ricky Reyes.
From Lucha Underground.
Castro Cortez from Lucha Underground.
What a great guy, man. Like, I mean, a lot of guys come in, but, like, he came in and he was ready to go. Like, that's...
Yeah.
I got huge respect for someone like that. I mean, like, he didn't come in, take the money and run kind of thing. He came in and he wanted to have that good match. And, I mean, to me, when someone wants to go to war like that, like, that's huge respect, right? You know, because these guys, a lot of times, they'll come in, they'll take the money, and they'll go, and, you know, like, they're always, I'm not feeling too good tonight, you know, we got to take it easier. Yeah. I got a bad back, you know, my arm hurts, whatever, like, bullshit, right?
That match is up online between them. That was a good match.
Yeah, that was a great match. I really enjoyed that. And the fans were super into it. It's a shame that we didn't get to bring them back in October. We were supposed to have that big rematch in October. Maybe Steven Styles can figure his shit out and get him back here.
What about the Taskmaster coming in?
Oh my God!
Kevin Sullivan. You like that?
I'm very stoked for it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
You know what? Honestly, I think that's gonna be match of the year, man. I mean, Steven Styles, he's been training hard. Like, I mean,
Squig wrestling the Taskmaster. Can you imagine?
Right?
Insane.
Like, you know.
I'm gonna love it.
Like,
I hope he has out the golden spike and like takes Squig out for good. I almost did it out in Red Deer.
The thing is, but you know what? Like, they made the phone call, and you know, I got told the potential matchups, and when I found out it was Steven Styles versus Taskmaster, I was just like, I don't think that I could keep up to that, right? Like, I mean, when the bar is set so high, like, you just kind of have to like say that's what's best for business, right? Like, RCW needs this match.
And with the bounty on Styles' head right now, this on October 20th
Colonel Austin must
could be the time that
wait, there's a bounty on Steven Styles' head.
Yeah,
Colonel Austin did that.
Let's fucking get him.
Yeah. Colonel Austin, he put that money down. I told you.
So
how much?
I don't know, but it's
more, thousands of dollars.
So it won't be the Taskmaster. It could put.
Hey, get out of here, Colonel Austin.
Yeah, man, get lost. I'm telling you.
I say get the fuck out, man.
Man, this is too weird.
Fucking Yankee bitch.
He's got money though.
Right?
Lots of money. Uncle Ron's money.
Someone got to have money.
Colonel Steve or Vince Austin. Colonel Vince Austin. I almost said Colonel Steve Austin. That's like the $6 million man.
He's barely alive, man. He was barely alive. But we can rebuild him.
Oh my God.
So with Kevin Sullivan coming in, like, somebody like that is an invaluable resource to pretty much everybody on the roster just because of the knowledge and whatnot. And I do want to say that we are going to be doing, there's going to be a seminar for young wrestlers around Alberta.
Not just young wrestlers, Kyle. Any wrestler can benefit from someone like Kevin Sullivan's talking about psychology and, you know, how to get booked and what bookers in big leagues look for, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's not just young wrestlers. Like, you know, you never stop learning in wrestling, and when you do, you're probably not very fucking good anymore. Like, even a guy like Kevin Sullivan is probably still learning stuff all the time. Like, I mean, how old's Kevin Sullivan now, do you think, Vince?
Oh, man.
In his 60s, right?
70s.
70s?
No, man.
Yeah, he told
I know he
Squid
takes
the
really
other
good
day
care of
that
himself, and he's like looks really good.
Either way,
He
like,
still puts
you
out
take
good in the ring.
you take someone like that who's been around so long, you think he hasn't had to adapt to the different kind of wrestling over the years?
Oh, he's seen everything.
You know, so
Seen
like
everything.
you never stop learning, right? Like,
I love Kevin Sullivan.
68. Kevin Sullivan is
one of
68.
the better matchmakers, one of the better wrestlers, workers, you know.
Yeah.
That actually legit booker, you could say. You
That's
know.
right. He doesn't
I
have
like
to
when
come out and do
I love when Pillman like went out and like laid down and said, "I respect you, Booker, man," and that angle got over. Like,
Yeah.
I like his son did that angle not long ago. Like he spit on him.
Yeah, I like that,
was
man.
good.
Ted and
Sullivan
Harry gave
is
him the
still good,
beatdown.
man. I still like him.
Yeah, that was sick.
He's always been good, man. He's great.
Yeah.
Are you going to get in on the seminar there, Gunnar?
Oh, most definitely. I haven't been around long enough to. Well, we just saw from my entrance there. I have a lot to learn still, so I'm going to definitely be taken up that offer.
Every seminar, man.
Every seminar.
Every seminar that comes around.
Like I said, no matter you've been around for 6 months, you've been around for 15 years. Always learn. Always learn.
Yeah. Cortez Castro, who we were talking about just like a few minutes ago, he did a seminar too, and it was interesting stuff for sure.
Wasn't that the first one that you took part in?
Yeah, and it was a real good experience, and I look forward to doing more seminars with guys if I'm, welcome to do that. It's for sure.
But Kevin Sullivan, though, this would be insane. Like, there's some great matches he's had.
Yeah, like I would expect a Kevin Sullivan seminar to be more concentrated on like ring psychology and like character work and storytelling than actual like in-ring like mechanics and whatnot. But
Well, he's a really good in-ring worker, though, like...
I'm
you
not
know,
trying to crap
if
on
you
him or
take-
anything. I'm just saying.
If you take into consideration, like, what are you going to do? Go through bumps with guys and all this kind of stuff? Like,
No.
you're better off. Like, you teach a guy a lot more if you can give him some psychology than if you try to get him in the ring and teach him an arm wringer, right? Like, because that kind of stuff, like, they can get, like, anywhere, But, like, the psychology part of it and the analogies and...
Time sequence,
the
like,
different...
in terms of, like, how structured sequences...
It's just like Al Snow when he came in and he did his seminar, It's all the ways people explain how to
Al Snow was
do
awesome.
how to do wrestling, like the different ways of seeing it and how people should act in certain situations and stuff that really makes it and gets guys to understand more than anything, because wrestling is a lot more, especially like Vince, I know you'll agree with this, wrestling is so much more than just the moves, right? Like storytelling, man. Like,
Characters.
Characters make people hate you and getting the fans. It doesn't matter what you do in the ring, but if you can get the fans to believe in you and to follow you, then like that's what it's all about. That's what's going to make them have a good time.
Yeah, what I'm kind of getting from this is like, it's important to learn how to do the moves and stuff, but it's more important to learn why. Like why you're doing things and why you're doing it this way, as opposed to just, you could grab somebody and put them in a headlock, but if you grab somebody and it's like a struggle and there's like 2 or 3 different things you got to do before you actually get them in there, it just improves the overall quality of the match. Whatnot.
You know what, man? I would say you gotta learn to walk before you can run, right? You gotta crawl before you can walk, like. And so many times in wrestling, you see young guys and they're always trying to rush, like rush.
Nobody goes to call them actually anymore.
No, man. And
It seems foreign to people now to do that.
Sometimes you go out there and you go to call with someone and they don't fucking get it, man. Like, they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to react. Like,
Selling is different too now. It's like they don't, people like don't have enough time to sell. It seems like, I don't know.
Well, and it all comes back to people rushing, right? Like some people trying to get over the top rope and rushing and falling on their fucking head.
Take a big goddamn move, break it in half, and like get up quicker.
Something as simple as a ring entrance.
I'd rather it don't
screwed up because of rushing.
But then you get guys and they're slamming someone down, and then the second they slams them down, instead of selling to the crowd or going for a pin, trying to win the match, which is what the point of the match is to win the match, they'll go and pick them up and try to slam them again, right? Like, so, I mean, I'm not trying to preach here, but like we're all guilty of, different shit over the years or whatever, and I'm far from perfect.
What do you think of the wrestling there though, in Calgary and the crowds were having in Calgary and Edmonton? Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think that the RCW has been on a roll as of late. Like, I think ever since we stopped doing like really small, like out of town shows, like we've just don't get me wrong. Like I say,
those shows.
They're always a good time.
There's like 5 of them that were good, out of like 50.
There's
I'm
like
just a rural type person, I guess. Get the fuck out of Edmonton.
They're always fun, but I'm just saying, like, now that we're concentrating more on just getting Edmonton and Calgary, I think that concentration is definitely benefiting
Edmonton
us.
and Calgary fans are awesome.
I think Carl just likes it so much because of different acts, right? Because he's got most of
Edmonton has been great to the NBR, same with Calgary. Hail Odin, man. Every time I come out, man, there's so many cool people there. It's just awesome. I love it, man.
You know
I love
what?
walking out in
I
front of
do.
the fans
I
of Calgary and Edmonton. It's
the crowd in Alberta, for 2 guys coming from Newfoundland.
It's a good time, man.
Like, I gotta say, man, Edmonton and Calgary has been so good.
I agree.
And we're so blessed to have that. Like,
I agree with that.
They've always supported us, whether we were good or bad. And
mostly bad.
You know what? We've been here a long time now, and the people really make Edmonton and Calgary feel like home for the NBR.
And they keep coming back, you know, they're passionate fans. You know, remind me like the fans back in Newfoundland too, like they used to come around, up by your house around the bay and tour, you know, like just religiously come to it.
It's so much different back there than here though. Like when we do shows around the bay in Newfoundland, like with me and Vince Austin and a bunch of other people going in the car, door to door, giving out flyers.
Yeah, really
like for people to come check it out, because around the bay in Newfoundland there was no such thing as Facebook back then, right?
And people didn't even have a mailbox. They had like a one.
No,
you know, like,
and I mean, like, let's be real. We were too cheap to pay for it to go in the fucking mail anyway. So like, you know, but there was times when those arenas were getting sold out for like a lot of years straight. You know, back in Newfoundland, it was really thriving, and I mean, we were far from the best wrestlers, but fuck, we knew how to entertain, man, and those fans were into it, and they believed in it.
And I tell you, the fans here are very similar. When you go to each province, I'm noticing, like, they're really into it. Like, they get into the people long-term investment. Like, we got a fan, Vicky. She makes belts for us. Yeah, they're awesome. Kevin Sullivan coming in for these shows will be off the chart.
How did you go from Cialis to Kevin Sullivan?
Man, I just can't stop thinking about, like, the spike,
Kevin Sullivan
the golden
is exciting
spike.
him right now.
The golden spike, man. Like, you guys.
You think Kevin Sullivan takes Cialis?
I don't know, man. We should give him some.
Sick.
Here, don't take these.
Right?
Don't take all of these.
Taking gimmicks at a wrestling show is always a questionable idea.
I'm being honest, man. Kyle's entire interview has been just like a kitchen party in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Hey,
Modest, you can hear that noise going in the back.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's not only the NVR in the room.
Yeah, Kyle's going to piss.
Yeah.
Fucking awkward as fuck.
Anything could happen.
Kyle, I hope you washed your hands, you dirtbag.
Kyle, that was awkward. Look, Bo Dallas looks like metal now.
I gotta wash my hands in the kitchen.
Well, that's okay. You know, the kitchen sink is fine.
What is that guy? Is that Bo Dallas?
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
So, guys, how do you feel about stuffing things? How's stuffing things, guys?
He's got a pair of boots on like you. Almost identical.
All right, now that Kyle is back and he has clean hands, we're ready to continue to see.
Yeah, no, I
edit out half that because there was like 5 minutes of like bullshit.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be.
There'll be a lot of censoring.
I'm going to send
an advisory beforehand.
Well, there's definitely going to be an advisory beforehand for sure. Mike Malloway or Malone. What's his last name?
Mike. I just call him Mike Malloway.
Okay, yeah, Mike.
I call him Mike the Ref.
Mike the Ref, yeah.
You don't want to know what I call him.
He don't like that.
Well, I'm going to send him the audio once it's all done, and he'll edit it all together and whatnot. So, you know, I'm kind of at his whim. Like he's going to delete some stuff if he doesn't like it or whatnot, and you know, it is what it is.
Kyle, you want a beer?
I would love a beer, but I have to drive Vince back to his house after this.
Oh.
Yes, Kyle, for Jesus' sake.
I'm already 5 deep and haven't
I get lost again.
Fucking 10-minute drive, take 2 hours.
Two of them have been here about 45 fucking times each, and neither one of them can figure
it's
out.
It's so weird we're watching WWE in the background as we're doing this fucking interview.
Yeah, we've been watching it a lot, alright. You know who I'd like to see come to RCW, man?
Oh.
I'd like to see Slammer come
Colonel
back.
the Clerk.
No, I'd like to see Slammer come back.
Slammer?
Yeah.
Slam you.
Right, I think that'd be a pretty epic feud for the NVR to take on Slammer.
Ahmed Johnson, that's what I want to do.
We'll talk about Slammer. Have you guys heard the Slammer song?
It's like a 2-hour promo of Ahmed Johnson, man.
What Slammer song?
Have you heard the Slammer song?
No, I did, yeah.
How does it go? Body slam do 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 do. Body slam do 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 do. Body slam do 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 do. Body slam.
Power slam do 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 do. Power slam do 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 do.
Power slam do 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 do. Power slam.
Slammer slam do 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 do.
Slammer slam do 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 do. Slammer slam do 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 do. Slammer slam. If you Viking boys were going to have...
sound like a pancake.
Yeah, if you were going to use that in one of your matches, what would your song sound like?
Fuck you, Call of Duty.
That was the stupidest question maybe ever asked in a shoot. What would we change the lyrics to of a song? If we were talking about you, is that what you're saying?
Of a children.
Fair enough. Yeah, that was
Of a small child song.
Possibly heard. Are you okay?
Oh,
Any
yeah.
big medication that kicked in that we didn't know about during this or what?
Calls me popping gimmicks all the time. He actually went to the bathroom to do some.
How space
do
is
some
that?
pills and came
I
back.
forgot what the question was.
You guys are going to expose me for all my activity with the rats and the gimmicks.
As long as you don't expose yourself like you did at Northern Chicken the other night.
Oh, gosh.
Wait. Yeah, congratulations to Barricade on his decision to get married. We were all partying over at Northern Chicken the other day. It was a good old time.
And Kyle decided to take off his shirt.
I was told that there was
Statutory.
that I was about to be chopped, and I wanted to man up and get chopped like a man, so I took my shirt off.
And had us removed from the establishment.
They
know
didn't
what
kick
happened,
us
though,
out.
right?
They just told me to put my shirt back on, and then we left promptly.
You got really crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, no, we had a good time.
Missed.
Yeah, then we all went to the PWA show and enjoyed some wrestling.
Man, BBD was there. Slammer
No,
was
it
there.
wasn't.
No.
BBD
What the
wasn't
fuck?
there.
Was
That's
Takeshi
why I
there?
was let down.
Takeshi was there,
And then
yeah.
It was cool.
With the Millennium Rebels, yeah. He was
I
there.
love him. Takeshi's awesome, man.
Slammer made the night for us for
He's
sure.
an evil doctor.
Is
Very evil.
Takeshi, is he the fellow that was wearing the fur coat with
Yes,
the
I know.
rose in his hat?
But
Yeah.
you wouldn't know this, but Takeshi's also an amazing cook.
He is.
Oh, really?
He is.
He used to have a great restaurant in Calgary.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll have to get Takeshi on the
Spaghetti,
podcast
man.
here and
Every
be
kind
like,
of
it's a
spaghetti.
cooking show.
Oh.
And
Think of
He's a hell of a human being, a nice guy.
it was
Wrestling
really
is
good.
social media.
All right, Carl, let's get some questions going here, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's spice this shit up.
Turn to your Twitter page. What
Did you have
questions
fun
do
at the PWA though? You all made like a fucking snoring sound. Like somebody there must have been good, was it? I like the boys there. What about what's his name announcing Jordan announcing his retirement? That's a big deal, man.
Oh, yeah. He
Like, he's
wasn't
a-
on the show either, see? Like, a lot of the guys like that I would like to see there were
He had a
there
long
at the
career,
show.
man. He's a good wrestler.
Oh, he's a great wrestler, man. It's sad to see him go, but you know what? After that long in the business and being able to do it for that long, like, there's no shame in.
That's a
hanging
long
up the
time,
boots,
30
like,
years or something, yeah.
Yeah, anyone that can go that long in wrestling, like, that's a huge milestone. And nothing but respect for that guy.
I think my issue with the PW show that happened last week, and it happens at RCW shows too, is that there was a lot of technical issues with the sound system and stuff. And like as the announcer, like I noticed that sort of thing. Like I felt bad for the fellow
You
that
know
was
what I
announcing
liked
that
about
show.
it, though?
But that was the first time I think
And-
it's happened.
Usually PWA got good production like
Yeah,
that. You know?
they do, but you know what? It's a classic case of shit happens, right?
Yeah.
Like the speaker blew or whatever it was fucked. But you know what I liked? Kurt was the smartest person on that show because he went and instead of picking up the mic, which was like muffled sounded, right?
Yeah.
He just chose to speak loud in the ring.
Oh, deadly.
And you
Better.
could hear him better than anyone who cut a promo.
Kurt's a smart guy.
Because, like, you got to think, too, right? Like, you kind of got to have a peek and see what's going on during the show. If Kyle goes out and he's a ring announcer in the first of the show and the mic is fucked and you know that the fans can't hear
I hate
you,
that.
maybe go to the back, tell the guys, hey, guys, listen, you can't hear fuck all on the mic. How about instead just, like, shout your shit and make the best of it so the fans
Yeah.
can hear you. And you know what? If that happens, it happens. It wouldn't be the first time that the mic went down and you had to do that, right?
No, we definitely. I remember a show we did in Calgary a couple months ago where we couldn't get the music or the microphones to work till like the third match.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, no, the first match was a fatal four-way, and there was a promo planned. So I went out and I was like, "Okay, folks, we're just going to do this old school." And I announced people coming to the ring, 260 pounds, Cameron Stevens. He just walked out to silence and waved at the people. They did not do the promo, but we just basically stood in the ring
Shit
and
happens.
talked loud, you know, like.
Good thing that didn't happen
That's
for an
why
NPR
I've been
match.
having the same
Yeah.
people do it.
NPR wouldn't come out without their music.
I mean, that's why I've been saying for years, like having the same people who can do a good job doing it every time consistently is the way to go with that.
You know, I can't, like, I'm not
Like Kid Cash up in HIW. Look at that production value they did up
Yeah.
there. Like best I ever saw in years
And
by
I'm not
anybody.
I'm not a very like technical guy when it comes to like audio and stuff. But like, you think that if you were in that industry or whatever, and you know what you're doing, like, do you not just like plug that shit in, turn it up, and it works? Like, hit the on button. Because like that's what gets me. Because I don't understand it, right? So I'm like, you know, is there a reason why this is so hard, or does someone just not know what the fuck they're
From
doing?
my
It's
knowledge,
always a
that's
miscue.
all I think it is.
It's always
Well,
a miscue.
from my experience, at least using RCW's equipment, which has been faulty from time to time, the cords tend to go, and then once those cords go, they're fucked. Like you can't do anything.
A really easy solution to that is
go buy a new cord.
Go buy a fucking new cord, Carl.
Yeah, that's the problem.
If you know your cord is fucked, you just get a new cord, so then that shit doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
Actually, there's one thing we haven't mentioned. On the Friday night show the other week in Calgary,
Are you not trying to put yourself over?
No, after the Matt Hart, and metal incident, they went to clean up the ring. What happened, Hawk?
Yeah,
what happened, Hawk?
Well, you know, classic Hawk here. I fucking come out and I get in the ring and I drag my foot across the mat and the mat is fucking soaking. Like, it's so wet. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like, when people's lives are on the line, like, you can't fucking wrestle in a soaking wet wrestling ring. Like, what happened was, the guy went out to clean up the blood. I said to the guys, hey, can you clean up the blood that's in the ring? Because Matt Hart bled all over. Good for you, Matt Hart. I approve of it. It was good, right? But, like, you know, a normal person goes out with, like, a cloth or, you know, wet towel or something.
Tarp. You should have just been able to wipe it with, like, some disinfectant thing.
Maybe a paper towel, maybe a baby wipe.
Whatever,
you know,
like, Jesus, whatever.
So some stupid idiot goes out, takes a bottle of water, I swear,
turn it into a swimming pool.
Turns it upside down.
A blood swimming pool of death.
Turns it upside down and fucking dumps it all over the ring and then gets a mop and starts mopping the ring. So the ring is absolutely fucking soaked.
She just dove in. Like,
there was at least 2 jugs of like soapy water dumped on the ring. And
but
watching it, I'm going, no, what are you doing?
Up and made sure it was dry.
So what happened was our music hit to come out. The guys went out before us. They're a lot newer, you know, and they're not experienced in this kind of manner.
They're diving in, taking dives.
So they're ready to go. Our music hits. I come out. I drag my foot across. I realize it's wet. So I just get out of the ring. I shoot a promo saying that, you know, the NVR doesn't wrestle in the likes of this. You know, if a Newfoundlander had to be doing this, he would have took a paper towel, wiped up that spot, but some stupid Albertan came out, poured water all over the ring. And you know what? We're not going to wrestle like this. We're going to go back. We're not coming back out till this ring gets dried. So we went straight to the back, and we made the fans wait till RCW officials cleaned that ring and got it dry. And you know what? Like, sometimes it takes an asshole to do shit like that, but you know what? At the end of the day, I was doing that to make sure everyone in that ring was safe. Because we knew if we went out there and we're doing all these crazy fucking moves and we're running around, someone's going to get hurt, man. And as much as we fuck people up in wrestling, I don't really want to drop someone on their face and have them get hurt for real or get myself hurt for real like that. So, you know what? It was a responsible decision. It was a veteran move. And at the end of the day, we got some good heat from the fans. The fans were booing the shit out of us. And when the guys started kicking our ass, the fans loved it even more, right? So I think it worked out for the best. It was a 10 or 15 minute delay to get it done. You know, I heard that the ring announcer took his jacket off and started using his jacket to draw the ring.
It was almost like the scene from the movie where the guy throws his coat over the puddle for the woman not to get wet, but instead it was a pool of blood and they said, fuck it.
That Kyle Shaw is a real gentleman.
Sick. It was like a death match in RWA 95.
Yeah, no, you were totally right. Like, as soon as I got in the ring, I was like, oh yeah, no, Hawks is going to come out here and he's going to fucking go to the back.
He's going to be...
He's not going to wrestle on this. So, yeah, no, I called for some towels and nobody brought any towels, so I took my jacket off and I dried the ring out. Cause, like,
well, you know what, it's funny. One of the matches we had with Hard to Kill, we were, like, hitting them with beer cups, and we got the ring wet. And, I mean, I remember, I think it was, myself or Matt Hart was going to run. And it just, like, it slipped. And I was like...
He's with a wreck your knee.
It was fucking terrible, man. I was like, that could have been so fucking bad.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we very much changed what our game plan was, Vince, in what we were going to do in that match and cater to the ring being wet. So, you know, at that time, we did it ourselves. So we kind of had to deal with it. But, like, when the security or whatever goes and they dump water on it, we can take a little break and get them to clean it up, right?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's important. Like I say, it's not ballet or anything, but we're also, nobody here wants to leave their, like, the people we're wrestling, like, injured and incapable of going to work the next morning and whatnot, you know?
I do. I want to
Speak for yourself, Carl.
I'm going to snuff
okay.
pile driver the whole fucking world and end it with a snuff pile driver. That's how the world's going to end, with a snuff pile driver.
We're taking fucktards out one by one with
and
snuff pile
I'm going to be
drivers.
screaming, Odin.
And some of us
Jim
are
Odin
taking
is
ourselves.
going to be there when the world ends.
Some of us are
with a
taking
snuff pile driver. And I'm going to look up and go, hail Odin.
You know, usually people have to get pile driven to land on their head, but some people just land on their head themselves.
The word snuff pile driven is just so much
Some
better.
people don't need help to land on their head.
Snuffed out by a pile driver. Vicious pile
Can
driver.
you explain to the fans what snuff means, Vince?
That's snuff, you
And what's the
know.
difference between a snuff pile driver and a normal pile driver?
Like the hatefulness behind the snuff, the zestfulness, the meanness, just the downright armoriness of being, I don't know, a snuff one, man. It's just like you're snuffing that motherfucker right out to hell, man.
Well, it's like a
goodbye.
snuff movie, right?
Gone,
It's like a
gone.
live video of somebody
Dead.
being murdered. You know,
Oh, is that what it means?
yeah. Well, you haven't heard of a snuff video?
Hey, I may have known it, but today, that's my thing I'm learning.
Yeah, you almost started one last fucking weekend, dude.
Snuff video.
Sounds like a porn or something.
You
doesn't
like
it?
snuff pile drove yourself on the back of the ring
Pretty much.
there.
No, but the word snuff you out.
Hashtag
is so,
still alive.
it's so snuffish. To snuff you, kill you.
Okay, so I just want to get like a little introduction. Like, how long have you boys been in wrestling?
Oh my god.
Like, not just in Alberta, but I mean, like, where did you start? And like,
Well, it's pretty obvious. We both started in Newfoundland. Vince started about 700 years ago, back in the prehistoric age. You know?
10,000.
trained by Hercules himself.
AD 73.
Yeah, Odin himself actually trained Vince how to wrestle.
Yeah, I was there before he lost his eye. Sick.
I started when, you know what? I was around wrestling probably like since 2002, but I didn't start. Like, I don't count my career starting till 2004. That's when I started wrestling like full time. So yeah, it's been a while, man.
And so, like, when you look back, like, at that time compared to now, and all, like, the lessons you learned and who you are, like, are you a completely different man now?
Well, I'm a lot smarter now. I mean, it's no secret that my back has gone through the ringer, and you know, I was out for a couple of years on injuries, and thank Odin here, you know, I was able to come back and able to heal myself up a bit. But right now, obviously, I can't do the things I used to do. I mean, at one time, you'd see me jump off the top rope, do an infrared, a backflip with a double twist to the floor like it was nothing. And, now you're not going to see me do that anymore. But as time goes on and your body gets broke down, it makes you realize how to work smart. And me and Vince, I mean, collectively, Vince, how many years do we have collectively, like, together? Like, you're in the wrestling business how long right now?
I got in it like 94, 93 or something like that. 94.
Call this some
23.
math for us here. 94
So, 24
to 2018 is what?
24 years.
24
Yeah.
years. And I was in 2004. So that's 14 years. What do we got combined?
24 plus 14, you're looking at 38.
38 years collectively in the wrestling business.
yeah.
Like,
And Gunnar here's got probably, what, a year in? Almost?
not even.
I did a little bit of training in the early 2000s.
Gunnar wasn't around in 2000.
Gunnar was not created by Odin until early 2018.
When did you have your first match?
Debuted March 2018. I'm trying to remember what my involvement was in
Your first
in
involvement
April.
was when you brought out the mouse traps.
Yeah, that was my first involvement.
and took
I
the barbed
think
wire stick. And
my
everything
first
like this.
match was
We had a 6-man or something, didn't we? In Calgary?
May, I believe.
Yeah, around May.
I'm like awful with dates, so you're never going to get me. with
I
that.
am.
I might
That's why
remember
try
the
to keep
match,
track of it,
but
I never can.
I'll never get a fucking date.
Gunnar is definitely fortunate that he found the NVR. That's
You know
for
what?
sure.
He fit the mold, man. Like that's
Yeah.
the big thing, personality wise and look wise and stuff. Like he fits in with the NVR for sure. I see a young guy who's hungry, who has a lot of passion, and he's he's learning one step at a time like everybody does. But I'm really hoping that I can take the things that I've learned through my years in wrestling, and I can teach them to Gunnar to be able to excel a lot faster than I did. If I had my time back, I don't think I'd change anything I did, because I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't do those things. And I definitely learned a lot of hard lessons over the years in wrestling and throughout my opportunities and everything. But at the end of the day, man, you know what? You got to look at what you did and be happy with it, right?
The most unmiserable I've ever been has been in the wrestling business, and the most unhappy I've ever been is when I'm not in it. That makes sense?
Yeah,
it's
totally.
mental, innit? That's true, though.
And I tell you, man, my 2 years...
I love the wrestling business. I always have.
Yeah, my 2 years away from it, like, I thought about it every day. I missed it. I was actually pretty depressed, man, throughout that time. Like,
I bet.
I mean, wrestling, like, is a family, you know? And even the guys that you butt heads with and shit, like, you still like and you respect in a way. Like, even if you fucking, like even if you hate them when they're gone, you're kind of like fucking, you know, like, shit, I wonder what he's doing now. Like, I wish I was still there to be able to do whatever, help out the young guys or whatever. Like,
just to see the people.
Yeah, like, and I mean, back in the day, like, I always tried to, you know, like, I thought that the wrestling part of it was, like, what I had to do to have match at night and stuff, and now it's very different. Like, me and Vince, like, we like to tell a story. We like to make sure everyone understands what we're doing when we're doing it, you know, like, and we like to be wild and crazy and just keep it exciting. And I really believe that that's what the NVR brings to the table. You got two guys who don't look like anybody else, who don't sound or act like anybody else, and we're completely our own thing. And Gunnar as well. Like, there's nobody else like Gunnar. You know,
it's different.
Yeah, it's different. I think that's what makes us so unique. You know,
I'm having fun. Like, I'm 47 in November,
right?
And I'm having fun.
Yeah, me too.
And probably looking the best you have in a very long time.
Juicy.
I'm trying to look good.
Was that Ryback-ish?
Very Ryback-ish, man. Vascular.
Juicy.
So, Hawks, you talking about a lot of, like, wanting to help new guys and stuff. I don't know, like, if you're wanting to advertise or whatever, but like I say, you've been training Gunnar and even myself a little bit. And, so, like, if people want to train with you, is that something they should get in touch with you about?
Yeah, if anyone's interested in wrestling training, and you want to give it a shot and you're serious, like, I don't want people who are not serious. I want people who have passion and who really, like, they love wrestling, you know. And I'm willing to train people as long as you're ready to show up and you give it a good effort. Then, like, I'll do my best to make you into a wrestler, right? I like to think I have a pretty unique style that not a lot of people offer. I don't turn my back on people after a certain amount of time. It's like, training is never over, man. Like, you can always learn something. You can always do more. So, you know, we were on the training camp here at my place, and you know, the guys that I got now are doing very well, and, you know, they're dedicated, and everyone puts in a good effort and shows up. So, you know, they're starting to learn fast, and, you know, hard work pays off. You get out what you put in, you know. So the guys that put in the effort and they show up and they give it their all, they're going to be the guys that you're going to see soon in the wrestling ring, and you're going to see them making the impact in Alberta wrestling and who knows where else, right? You know, maybe that Canadian goose is going to spread his wings and fly. Like,
maybe lay a golden egg.
Right?
And scramble it.
Yeah, so
put a mustard pickle on it.
If anybody wants to get a hold of you, should they reach out to you on Facebook, or is there an email address or anything that you have?
Yeah, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, I figure like thousands of people are going to be listening to this interview, so, you know.
Nobody wants to get a hold of me, trust me. Don't want to talk to me.
Facebook is probably the best way. Send a message to Facebook, and we can chat a little bit. And if you're serious, and, you know, we'll set it up from there.
Okie dokie. Gunnar, as one of Hawks' students, what would you consider some of the best benefits of training with him?
He has a true understanding of the business. He will teach you what you need to know. If you try to get ahead of yourself, he'll make sure you don't. But definitely, one of the best experiences for the training I've had in the past.
Yeah, one of the things that I was talking about with Dirty Mike on last week's episode.
I like Dirty Mike.
Yeah.
He's a dirty
bastard.
motherfucker.
He's a dirty bastard, man. I like him though. He got cool gear, cool merchandise and shit.
And buy shirts, man.
He's a dirty bastard, man.
Well, one of the things we were talking about was the fact that in RCW, there's a bunch of guys that have like a lot of experience, right? There's yourselves, Metal, Zach Mercury, like a bunch of like
Mercury.
Veteran guys, yeah, for sure. And
He's still got that cool hair.
like one of the most valuable things is that, yeah, if you come and you do something cool, like people will tell you, oh, that was good, but more valuable than that is if you do something fucking like bad. People will tell you that was fucking bad, but then they'll tell you why, you know?
Every match I had. Sick.
You know what, man? You get a lot more out of someone telling you what they didn't like about your match than what they did, right? You know, you got to learn from your mistakes, and every day if you learn from your mistakes, you're going to get better, right? Like, if you just usually always at least one thing that you could have done a little bit better, whatever it was. Maybe it was a facial expression.
Pay attention. Watch your matches you get after, boys.
Yeah.
Study yourself. If you see something weak, don't do it.
Vince, the tapes don't lie,
No,
right?
I always watch the tapes to
your
say
shit,
that. Yeah.
right?
Watching a good one of your good matches is one thing. You'll watch it once or twice.
It's not what you did good.
all
If you didn't
your
like.
matches.
It's what you
But
should be
if you watch a bad match, you're gonna probably watch it a few more times and just realize how you make it better.
Man,
like,
if you're
watch
wrestling-
different stuff too. Like, you know, don't just watch like one TV brand. Like,
That's
there's
right,
so
Jack.
many different independent wrestling promotions that are
Indie
so good
wrestling right now is
Drawing
at an
good
all-time
crowds,
high.
you know, and
Wrestling's like cooking, man. You can't just use one spice, right? You got to mix it up, and you know, there's a lot of different ingredients go into making a good meal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wrestling, indie wrestling is what I'm into. Like, I don't like what overproduced wrestling. I've never liked it, like, sanitized to the point that it was so corporate that it almost was like a cartoon, you know what I mean?
Lawler.
Totally.
We need
Like,
more snuff pile drivers.
yeah, like I understand where you're
On
coming
you.
from. Like,
Lock up, snuff pile driver.
Yeah, just right away, like,
Tackle drop down.
bleed.
Snuff pile driver.
like I kind of like the fact
Love
that
it.
it can be like a little bit like bush league sometimes, you know, like.
Minus the music you're screwing up, because that's
Yeah,
what he said.
Yeah, no,
No, I don't mean bush league. I don't mean like crappy.
When music came on, you know I'd come out like fucking Balvinus or some shit, right? People accuse me of stuffing my trunks and I never have.
You've never
I'm serious. I don't know. Like, this is ridiculous.
People have accused you of stuffing your trunks.
Yeah, my own partner. Like,
Who accused you of stuffing your trunks, Vince?
they're horrible people. Like, just horrible.
Jealous.
Bitter. I'm gonna do a mafia kick.
A mafia kick?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If
Well,
you stuff your trunks and you do a mafia kick, that might not be good for you.
I know. Just think of the consequences sliding past you, like weird.
it's like a roll of socks
It's kind
comes
of
out of your trunks.
it's kind of like creepy in a way, isn't it?
All right. Well, we have been going for like an hour, so let's just get like some final thoughts on going here. We've got 2 RCW shows coming up this month.
Canadian Goose, man.
The first one is going to
Mustard
be
pickles.
Yeah.
Goose.
is
NBR.
Goose. Goose.
Goose.
Kevin Sullivan's coming here. Not seagulls, geese. Get it?
Yeah.
Nobody's getting it. Come on, laugh. For fuck's
I
sakes.
understand. It was
Geese. You're not even in from the 80s or what?
No,
Like,
I mean I understand what a flock of geese is, but I don't
they're
understand.
fucking funny, man. That would be like the greatest name for like a disgusting punk band or something. You know what I mean? Flock of geese.
Maybe
Your
we
guitars aren't even tuned.
need to convince Suki to put a mask on and be the second goose, and then we'll have a full flock.
But anyways, we're coming back. Bringing
Yeah,
it back
anyway, like I
in
say-
the Calgary,
okay.
RCW.
So
Odin is guiding us.
Our final thoughts here. We've got 2 RCW shows coming up this month. October the 19th in Calgary for the Final Stand 2. Very well-named show there, the Final Stand, Part 2.
Final stand.
And then after that, the next night, we're going to be right back here in Edmonton for the Night of Legends.
Rise of Legends.
Oh yeah, the Rise of Legends.
The Rise of Legends
I guarantee
and
you-
the fall of the Epic Hooligans.
Epic Hooligans are going to be
The first and
snuffed
last
out by a
match.
snuff
The
pile
first and last
drivers.
match of the Epic Hooligans.
Let's just tell them what the start of the match is going to be. Lock up, snuff pile driver.
And then when
Followed
I come to
by
the guy,
snuff
knock
pile
off
driver.
fucking goddamn snuff
Oh,
pile
okay.
driver.
So it's
Followed
going to be
by
like
the- guess what,
Swear,
Carl?
but snuff
Guess
pile
what?
driver. God damn it.
Snuff
What's
out.
next?
snuff pile.
No, we're going to pin him, you fucking idiot. We
Yeah.
got to win the match.
And then
Someone's gonna come
after
Nobody kicks out of 2 snuff pile drivers.
and then
Carl.
after the pin, Pagan Bomb.
Snuff pile driver, do do
With a
do do
snuff
do
pile
do.
driver,
Snuff
exactly.
pile driver, do 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 do. Snuff pile driver, do 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 do.
The pile driver.
It makes sense to me, totally.
I fucking hate you guys.
So SCW rages back into Calgary on the 19th
On the
and
19th.
Edmonton on the 20th.
Wait, I like what you
Sullivan.
did. It rages back.
It does.
Newfoundland Viking rages.
It does. Hell marches. We're hell marching back.
Can we plug the page? Let's plug the page.
Yeah, please
Oh,
plug
do
your
it,
Facebook
do it.
page.
Please follow NVR, Newfoundland Viking Rage on Facebook, and if you feel like it, Gunnar the Pagan Destroyer.
Oh, see, shameless self-promotion once again.
That was
All right.
We're a team here, buddy, okay?
I liked it.
Just follow the NVR, Newfoundland Viking Rage. That's all that matters.
And you
right
know
now.
what? There's a couple links in there. If you see some guy that's like a big giant that falls on his head, follow him too.
Yeah.
Okay.
NVR first and always.
Vince Austin, do you have a personal Facebook page? Like
You don't want to follow me on any social media.
no, I wasn't sure because like
Ever meet. I don't like anybody, so no.
all right, well,
Don't ever follow me. Don't even come near
we'll
me,
edit
like-
that part off.
Stay away from me. I have something in me.
You- Okie dokie. All right, so like I say, just
I think now that this interview is coming to an end, I think it's time for you to break out the bucks call. You know, this shit doesn't come for free.
$280.
Okay, so it's time to pay up or
Get
snuff
out.
pile drivers all around.
Snuff out.
Snap ball drivers to everybody, boys. With mustard pickles.
well, I already did pay $10 to your daughter for chocolate to
You
support
know
her
what?
education.
She's learning, Kyle. She's
Swipe
learning.
left, is it? Is that what they were going to call their team, boys?
Why are you swiping left right now?
I don't know. What was that stupid name they picked? Hooligans or something?
I
We're
believe
going to snuff them out on the 20th in Edmonton.
You know what? It doesn't matter how many people cheer, swipe left, right. The gearbags of Grinder are going to get their asses beat. Okay? I don't care what they're coming in with, how they're coming in with it. They better be ready for a fight. Because when they come
I'm looking
on
forward to it.
fucking October fucking
19th and 20th.
October 19th, we're hell marching
20th.
right into Calgary, and then the 20th, we're going to take them two idiots out right in Edmonton, Alberta. The NBR, remember that?
Okay.
With a snuff pile driver and mustard pickles. Sick, innit?
Odin.
Hail Odin.
Hail Odin.
All right. Well, that was the MVR. Thank you, boys, for doing the podcast. Thank you for having us over at your residence here, Hawks. Gunnar, thank you for joining us.
Let's do it right, Carl. Let's do it right. Okay? Over here, we have the Viking Lord, Vince Austin. Over here, we have Gunnar, the Pagan Destroyer. And right in front of you, Kyle, the legend right here. No, fuck that. We're all legends, okay? The Viking right here is the Saltwater Savage Andrew Hawks. Now, Kyle, take your little fucking dinky device, get the fuck out of my house before I let Vince Spike Paul drive you.
Snuff.
Snuff.
Okay. Thank you very much, boys. I'm leaving right now.
Get out!